Hey friends, Olivia from Ollie. Between new routines and the ultimate group project known as parenting, you need science-backed solutions that work with your life. That's where Ollie comes in. Start your mornings off right with multis made to support nutrition and immune health. Choose from our lineup of gut-supporting probiotics, and we've got occasional sleep support to help the whole fam chase their big dreams. Head back to class with the #1 gummy supplement brand. Stock up on ollie.com today. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast instead of doom scrolling? Smart move. Another smart move? Getting help from one of State Farm's 19,000 local agents when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Welcome to Love, Lies, and Alibis, where the drinks are poured, the red flags are flying, and we're talking about the messy, complicated, and downright outrageous realities of modern relationships. Because when it comes to love, everybody's got a story. Some people have a lie, and somebody always has an alibi. Now, cousins, this is where dating has officially become less like finding love and more like competing in the goddamn Hunger Games. And today's question is, if a man has nearly $120,000 in his account and he's paying for the date, why the hell do you care what color his debit card is? Because apparently a woman went viral after claiming she left the date with an attitude because the man pulled out a Chime card at a fancy restaurant. Not because the card declined or he asked her to split the bill. He didn't even forget his wallet. The man didn't even say, I'll send you my half on Tuesday. No, the money was there. The bill was getting paid. The food had already been chewed and swallowed. Her problem was simply that the card said Chime. And she allegedly told him, you're a nice guy, but I was expecting more. Expecting more of what, ma'am? A debit card wearing a tuxedo? Did you want the card to come out of his wallet playing money ain't a thing? I'm just like, was the server supposed to bring the card over to the table on the velvet pillow? What's going on? Now, the story gets even crazier because a man reportedly shows her that he has around $117,000 in his account. And her response was basically, well, why don't you put that into a real bank account? It's still a turnoff. Girl, what are you talking about? First of all,
Hey friends, Olivia from Ollie. Between new routines and the ultimate group project known as parenting, you need science-backed solutions that work with your life. That's where Ollie comes in. Start your mornings off right with multis made to support nutrition and immune health. Choose from our lineup of gut-supporting probiotics, and we've got occasional sleep support to help the whole fam chase their big dreams. Head back to class with the #1 gummy supplement brand. Stock up on ollie.com today. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast instead of doom scrolling? Smart move. Another smart move? Getting help from one of State Farm's 19,000 local agents when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
if I have to prove that my bank balance to you after one date because you don't like the aesthetics of my debit card, we've already gone. We're already too far gone. And let me make one thing perfectly clear. I am not, under any circumstances, showing you my goddamn bank statement. Not on the first date. And like I said, he is better than I am because I'm petty. The minute she would have started making slick comments about the card I pulled out to pay for the bill, I would have simply called the server right back over. Excuse me, can you split this bill? I'm going to pay for what I ate. You're going to pay for what you ate, and I'm walking out the door. Because you were perfectly comfortable sitting here eating my food when you thought I was paying, but now that you've seen the card, suddenly my money ain't good enough. Okay. Then you know what? Don't let my little embarrassing Chime account cover your lobster and cocktails. Since, Chime is beneath you, let your luxury bank account handle your half. And I hope she had enough in that, real bank account to cover the appetizer too. Because what we're not about to do is insult me, insult my money, and then expect for me to finance this evening. No, ma'am. Tonight's lesson is called Financial Independence. Here's your half of the check. Now, beyond my pettiness, I really want us to sit and think about how ridiculous modern dating has become. Because I feel like we've reached a point where having money isn't enough. You must also have the correct packaging for the money. It's not enough to be financially stable. Your finances must look expensive. Your bank card needs the right logo. Your car needs the right emblem. Your shoes need the right red bottom. Your apartment needs the right countertops. And your entire life needs to look like somebody could turn it into a 30-second day in my soft life on TikTok. Meanwhile, some of the loudest looking money in the room is borrowed, leased, financed, overdrawn, and one missed payment away from repossession. Because it photographs well, people assume it must mean success. That's the real conversation here. Do people really want financial stability or do they want this appearance of wealth? Because those are two totally different things. A person can have an American Express car, a luxury car, and designer clothes and still be drowning in debt. Another person can wear regular clothes, drive a paid off Honda, use Chime, and have six figures saved. One person looks rich, the other person may actually have money. But dating has become so focused on appearances that some people will reject stability if it doesn't arrive wearing Gucci. And let me be fair, you're allowed to have standards. If you prefer dating someone who uses a traditional bank, fine. If financial compatibility is important to you, it should absolutely be discussed because you do need to know how someone handles money, debt, bills, savings, and long term planning, especially if you're considering building a future together. But that is very different from seeing a green debit card at dinner and immediately deciding this man is beneath me. Because what financial information did the Chime card actually give her? Did she know his credit score? Did she know whether he had investments? Did she know whether he owned property? Did she know his debt to income ratio? Did she know whether he had a retirement account? Or did she even know if this was even his only bank account? No. She saw one card and created an entire financial biography for this man. And that's what people do in dating now. They don't get to know you. They just scan you for status symbols. What kind of car do you drive? What neighborhood you live in? What labels you wear? Where do you bank at? How many followers you got? Are you dating a person or are you conducting an inventory? And let's talk about the fact that he was paying. That's the part that's taking me out. She's not standing at the register worried about whether her card would go through. She wasn't being asked to cover the meal. She wasn't being forced to wash dishes in the back because he couldn't pay. He pulled out a card to handle the bill and somehow she's embarrassed. Embarrassed in front of whom? The server who just worked an 8-hour shift and does not give a damn where the money came from as long as the payment clears and the tip is decent. The people at the next table who were not paying attention until you started acting weird. Like, so exactly who are we performing for? Because if your date's bank card can embarrass you, you may be more interested in being perceived as successful than actually building something successful. And I still can't get over him showing her that balance because, sir, why are we pulling up bank accounts to prove ourselves to strangers? I don't care if I have 117,000, 17,000. I don't care if I have $17.42 in my account. You are not about to peer over my shoulder while I open my banking app. My bank balance is between me, Jesus, and whatever automatic payment is about to come out tomorrow. You do not have to provide financial statements because somebody doesn't respect your debit card. This is a date, it's not a mortgage application. She called Chime a turn off and he responded by showing her almost $120,000. In this economy? Oh, okay, girl. Now she knows you have money and you still don't even know whether she likes you. And after she insulted you, you gave her even more personal financial information. Absolutely the fuck not. This is not the time to prove a point. This is the time to split the bill, collect your dignity, and let her find the man whose debit card matches her preferred aesthetic. Because once somebody tells you who you are isn't enough because of your money doesn't look fancy enough, baby, believe them. The relationship would be exhausting because today it's your Chime card. Tomorrow it's your car, then it's your house, then, it's the engagement ring, then it's the wedding venue, then it's the vacation destination. And you're going to spend the entire relationship trying to prove that you can provide a lifestyle impressive enough for somebody who is always looking around to see what everybody else has. And you cannot build peace with somebody who is addicted to appearances. Now, could this viral story be staged? Absolutely. The internet stages everything from breakups to funerals for engagement these days. But whether this exact interaction was real or exaggerated, the attitude behind it is still very real. There are people who believe where you bank determines your value. There are people who would rather date somebody who looks rich than somebody who is responsible. And there are people who will overlook a good partner because the packaging doesn't impress strangers. That is why dating feels like the Hunger Games. Everybody is trying to survive the first round of judgment. You can be kind, responsible, emotionally available, hardworking, financially secure, but if you don't have the right car, card, watch, job title, or social media image, somebody will just say that you're not on their level. But here's the problem. Some people have confused having standards with chasing status. Standards sound like, are you responsible? Do you keep your word? Can you manage your finances? Are you emotionally mature? Do our values and goals align? Status sounds like, does your life make me look important? And if that's the main concern is how your partner makes you look, baby, that's not love, that's branding. So here's my verdict. If the card works, the bill's paid, the money is legit, and the person is financially responsible, I couldn't care less if the card has Chime, Chase, Capital One, or Cousin Pookie's Community Credit Union written across the front, okay? Now, I might care if you have $117,000 sitting in one checking account with no financial plan, but that's a conversation about money management, not whether your card is cute enough for dinner. Rejecting somebody solely because of their debit card is dumb as hell. And showing a stranger your six-figure balance just to win an argument, it's not much smarter. He didn't need to prove he had money. She had already proven she cared too much about appearances. So let me ask y'all, would seeing a Chime card on the first date turn you off? Does the bank someone use tell you anything meaningful about their financial situation? Was she entitled to her preference, or was she being shallow? Would you ever show someone your bank balance just to prove that you ain't broke? And if your date insulted the card you're about to pay with, would you still cover their meal, or would you just have the server split that bill immediately? Because I've already told y'all what I'm doing. Excuse me, server, separate checks, please, over here. Yeah, you don't respect my bank, so guess what? You don't get a benefit from it. And this has been Love, Lies, and Alibis, where the money was real, but apparently the bank wasn't bougie enough. See y'all next week.
Class is now in session, and the UPS store is here to help you ace arriving on campus. Our certified packing experts can pack everything you need, from desktops to decor. Plus, when you pack and ship with us, you get our exclusive pack and ship guarantee. Your items arrive safe or your money back. Restrictions and limitations apply. To get a 20% off packing coupon and for full details, visit theupsstore.com/packing.
See you.
Avatar: Fire and Ash is now streaming on Disney+. It's the film critics are calling the best Avatar yet.
Go, 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 go!
A true epic and completely jaw-dropping.
This is the only pure thing in this world.
Return to Pandora on Disney+.
It will be an adventure for the whole family.
And watch the Oscar-winning phenomenon at home.
This is sick!
Avatar: Fire and Ash, now streaming on Disney+. Rated PG-13.